Hey, yo, we are back once again, and I just been fucking sitting, sorting fucking samples. I'm a little bit like, oh fuck this. Like I've been fucking sorting like I had a bunch of samples like for making music, right? And it's like basically it's so unorganized. So I well, it's not that unorganized, but I had like a bunch of more samples I downloaded, and then I had to like I just been fucking renaming files in no, not files but folders, and fucking sorting shit and blah blah blah. And not now my PC is like where I'm backing up some fucking oh shit, what the fuck did I click? Jesus, what is this? I'm backing up some files. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm backing up some fucking files now, right? Like all my music files I have in like a separate folder, right? On a separate drive. And I'm like backing it up, and holy shit, it's slow. It's like fucking doing like 200 bytes a fucking second. It's like ridiculous. But I think it's like speeding up at times, but most of the time it's going like 200 bytes. I mean, I don't know if it's for you guys that don't know how slow that is, but that's like incredibly slow for I don't know what the fuck is going on. I think my hard drive, I don't know if the hard drive is dog, or actually I think it's like the files, because I know certain files are like slow to transfer some shit. I don't fucking know. I'm no fucking expert when it comes to like files and blah blah blah, and you know what I mean. This is not, it's not my game really. Oh, now it's actually going fast. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna fucking bother with this. But yeah, I just been doing that shit. It's kind of crazy how like how many, like when you start making music, it's crazy how much you can actually get for free. Because there's like when you start off, you start off seeing like, oh, there's so like you go to YouTube, right? And then you see there's so many people like selling sample packs of shit and selling presets, selling a bunch of shit like sounds basically to make music, right? So I feel like people that start making music instantly thinks like, oh shit, you want the good samples? You gotta pay up. But I have so fucking many samples. I mean, there's probably a lot of people that has way more samples than I am, but still, I feel like I have a shit ton of samples, and I have never in my entire life bought any samples ever. Like I remember when I started making music, I fucking I like Googled free samples or free drum samples and shit, and then I just found a shit ton of packs. I think I one time found one pack that was like, oh my god, it was like fucking insane amounts of drum samples. Like it was like fucking 1,000 drum samples or some crazy shit. Then there's like these fucking things I've been downloading from YouTube. It's like fucking 500 YouTube sound effects things. Like basically by YouTube sound effects, it's like famous YouTube videos, and there's like sound effects from them. It's like fucking weird shit. And yesterday I was like downloading all of Venus Theory's free samples. I didn't know he had like that many, like a bunch of free samples, and it's like it's just so fucking much shit. And like the same with presets. You can just Google like, oh fuck, how many, like just Google free presets, and you get like fucking infinite amount of presets. But yeah, the quality, obviously, that's the thing. I think people pay for. It's like when you pay for something and it's like from someone that you kind of like almost guaranteed quality samples. But when you fucking scatter the web for free samples and shit, there's a lot of garbage. A lot of garbage, out there. I mean, I have so many drum samples now, and I think like most of like the stuff is kind of weak, but like there's a few things that hits. So it's kind of like there's like plus and minus with it. I can still find a shit ton, but like the quality might vary. But then again, you can just take a bad sample and just fucking learn how to fucking make bad samples to good samples, blah blah blah. There's like a lot of stuff in there. But yeah. But I've never really been a fucking sample guy, to be honest, really. Like, I mean, I always, especially, I remember when I started seeing people make music and stuff, I see like everybody just using so many samples, and I kind of like, didn't really, when I started making music, I thought it was like, oh, that's kind of cheating, isn't it? Like fucking just grabbing a bunch of samples. But then as like time goes, you kind of learn that it's like it's just super efficient using samples and stuff. So I've been trying to like use more samples, but not obviously like with drums. I obviously like fucking use only samples. Like I don't know how the fuck you would make drums. I mean, you can make drum stuff from scratch, but like who the fuck would do that? Like drum samples is like obviously something I always been using, but like using like melodies and stuff in samples is something I've never really done, but I started trying to do it. I think it's really good. Or I kind of know a lot of people use it for like when you start a song, you just find some random ass samples to like get the fucking ball rolling, get inspired and shit. That's something I'm like trying to do now. But yeah, but I barely had any fucking. I had so little time. Oh shit, to make music and stuff now. Or I mean, haven't really had a little time. I don't know what the fuck I've been doing. I swear to God, the last few weekends. I mean, the last few weekends, it's just been like there's nothing. I've not done anything really. Like I swear to God, I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm starting to think like maybe the alcohol is making me actually less productive because I haven't drinking alcohol now this month so far. So this is like the third weekend, right? So it's 3 weekends without touching alcohol, And I mean like. I'm thinking like, wait, maybe that stuff is like making me less productive or something. I just, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like, because every time I come home from work, it's a little bit like, oh yeah, it would be nice to like just take one sip of whiskey or something, But then it's like, fuck no, you can't do this shit. You have an arrangement. You can't fucking do any fucking drink anything for this month, And then it's kind of like, oh. What is this? It's not even like, it's not even like getting drunk or anything near that. It's just like having one sip or two of whiskey. Could easily like make things easier, I guess. But maybe that's why. Because I've always been saying that alcohol makes me not productive at all. But maybe it actually is the opposite. Maybe it keeps me stable, so that when right after I don't drink alcohol, I instantly become more productive. Maybe there's like something in between there. I don't know. But yeah, basically like the last few weekends, I feel like I haven't done shit. Like, but I feel like things just take so much time. I have so many things I do, like random shit. I mean, like fucking hell, yesterday, right? It's like working out, eating, and then just I don't know, just like I don't really do anything, and all of a sudden it's like 8 p.m. right? And then it's like, oh, now I'm done with everything I had to do, but I didn't actually do anything. It's just like normal daily chores, or, I don't fucking know what it is, It's fucking weird. I mean, working out takes almost over 2 hours sometimes, all together with like showering and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's fucking weird. But I'm gonna, try and fucking turn it around. Like I said, maybe February, that's when my year actually starts. I think January is gonna be just like a little, I don't know how. Try to get your shit together, And then when February hits, it's like, okay, now it's like now it's not an option anymore. Now we gotta get the shit together, And that's when I'm gonna like really start fucking balling, Oh shit. I think this is just like a little warm up or some shit. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I have I've gotten like a bunch of post-it notes. So off topic, but yeah, I got a bunch of post-it notes, and it's kind of like, it's like making me, I feel like I'm like super, I don't know how to say it, like a super important person, even though I'm just scribbling like fucking kanjis and shit on them, and but I feel like it's actually quite nice having like fucking post-it notes next to you. I never like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like, this sounds so dumb talking about post-it notes, but like I swear to God, I never had post-it notes next to me. You see in movies and stuff, right? They have like post-it notes, they write, they fucking place them everywhere, I've never ever really done that. I do it a tiny bit at work, a tiny bit, but not nearly, And now I actually stole this from work, straight up fucking stealing, right? And then I'm gonna see if I can, like, maybe this is the key to making me more productive. A post-it block. I'm just gonna start writing random shit, you know. Every time I have something on my mind, I'm just gonna like write down, and you know, maybe that's gonna help me. You know, maybe I should just write fucking notes like do this, blah blah blah, and just fucking place them everywhere. And that is like the fucking key to success. You know, you never know. You know, I watched so many fucking. I watched so many what is it called, like motivation, not motivation videos straight up, but like more advice and stuff. And I feel like everything, all the advices I see is like, oh yeah, this is like very nice, but I feel like I'm never able to make any advice I get stick. They always like, I remember them, but it's always like I'm never able to like execute them fully, you know. Every time I see fucking advice and stuff, and I swear to God, it's probably some fucking advice to like, oh yeah, you gotta write post-it notes. That's the key to production, you know. Maybe I'm gonna do this and then figure out that this is actually insane life hack or something, and then I'm gonna fucking make a video about, yo, I'm gonna make a fucking TikTok like fucking, yo guys, have you ever been struggling being productive? Well, no longer. Post-it notes, best invention in the world, you know. I mean, fucking TikTok. I don't even watch TikTok, I swear. I mean, I don't know if I've ranted about TikTok before, but let me just tell you, like, TikTok is like something that is something else. I'm not gonna fucking touch TikTok. I actually remember I made a fucking account on TikTok, but I never actually used it. I just like wanted to see what TikTok would recommend me when I created an account, and it was just so much dog shit. People talking about, oh yeah, but you gotta get the algorithm going, and it's like, fucking hell, that didn't, you know. I tried a little bit just to see, for like, just to see what the fuck would happen, but I mean, TikTok is just so much cancer. I can say one thing for sure: TikTok, that's not gonna make you more productive, trust me. No matter how many fucking motivational fucking TikToks you watch or some fucking shit, I mean, that shit is like the fucking worst, you know. But I feel like I don't have, like, obviously I don't use TikTok, but I do think that YouTube is kind of like my TikTok. And Twitter too, actually. I don't know, the fucking Twitter shit. I gotta like, I feel like I should just stop watching Twitter at all. I feel like Twitter is really fucking killing my vibe. Like, it's fucking killing everything. Like, it's just, I think Twitter is my TikTok. That's the thing. So I feel like I can't really hate on TikTok, because I don't technically use TikTok, but I use Twitter in a way that it's TikTok. I just scroll and I get like, you know, you get filled with like fucking random ass short videos, you know, in like the fucking what is it called, the like recommended page. Yeah, it's not my following page, it's like the recommended page, and it's just fucking cancer, really. I mean, most of the shit I fucking get that pops up on my Twitter is like fucking people getting killed and car crashes, people falling off buildings. I don't know, it's like random shit like this, like it's like oh, crazy leaks, or what the fuck is it, they're called, like fucking I can't even open it up. It's like, yeah, no context human, blah blah blah. It's like just random ass fucking shit that pops up. So I feel like I really gotta stop with the fucking Twitter shit, and also with the YouTube thing. That's gonna make me a bit more productive, I guess, but I don't fucking know. I like how I'm just like fucking talking about my productiveness. That's gonna be this whole episode, me just fucking rambling on about how to be productive. And this is not how you are productive, by the way. Just rambling on about things. If I was actually productive, I would just fucking not even do this podcast, you know, and just fucking do whatever. But then the question is, what is actually productive? Is this podcast a productive thing, you know? You know, who knows? I mean, I feel like this podcast is actually a productive thing, you know? It's actually starting to build up, you know? I have like 8 episodes. When you actually click my YouTube channel now, it actually looks like there's something going on there, you know? I never really made... I don't think actually, now I think about it, I've had multiple YouTube channels. I don't think I've ever had a YouTube channel where I have more than 8 videos on it at the same time. Most of the time, the few times, I don't know how many, I probably had like 2, 3, maybe 4 YouTube accounts where it's just been random ass uploads. I never think I reached more than 8 videos before I like deleted all the videos and just fucking stop doing anything with it, you know. But this is like, I feel like this is like a good thing, you know, the whole podcast thing. It can be a little bit like, I mean, I do it fucking one time a week, you know, how fucking bad can it be, really? I don't know. But yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Gotta take a sip. Oh, and maybe this fucking podcast will one time in probably many years be less awkward than it is now. I still feel like it's fucking weird doing this shit. I wish I had some like music I could listen to while I do podcasts. Kind of. Or not listening to music, but you know what I mean. Like getting that vibe, you know. Now it's like when you do a podcast totally alone, it's like you gotta create all the vibe and everything yourself, you know. I mean, also just not, I feel like just having a headset on helps, but I don't have a headset on. I don't know why. I want it to like be, I don't know how to fucking explain it, but yeah. It doesn't really matter though, but yeah. Anyway, I also have, see, now we're moving on. I got this like this is something neat. See, this is something I think, see, this is actually something interesting here. I'm like, basically, okay, first I'm gonna just mention this. I got a fucking free thermostat, and it's like fucking, it's like a smart thermostat where you can like fucking control with your fucking phone and stuff. But I'm not gonna talk about that. But I'm just gonna like, I got this thing from work, right? Or I got it from like for free, a bunch of these things, because I am an electrician. I remember I just like asked for, because this company, like, I feel like when you are an electrician and stuff, or this is not really about being an electrician. This is just in general, like, this is like a very like if you don't ask, it will never happen, or something like that. Because I feel like when you realize that, like, I just literally sent them an email just quickly, like, oh, I've seen you gotten this smart thermostat and shit, you know, it would be cool if, you know, I could try it out a bit. And then boom, I just got it for free, like this smart thermostat, and I installed it, you know, and just started testing it and stuff. And then it's like, I feel like, and it's the same thing, but especially with my job, I feel like I have so many benefits, you know, like compared to like other jobs, you know, in general. I have a fucking free car. I never pay for gas, but I mean, that's, you know, and also the main thing I wanted to mention here is actually something I was thinking about, is being an electrician, or for example, or a carpenter or plumber or something handy, you know. I think that having that in your repertoire, like having had a job like that, I think that's one of the most valuable life skills you can have, is to have had one of those jobs. Because I feel like if you've had any of them, an electrician, carpenter, plumber, or something handy, a car mechanic, something like this, you instantly become kind of handy in all the areas, right? So I'm an electrician, right? So obviously I got all that shit together. But like carpenting, I can do that, you know. I am on job sites. I know how it's done because I'm out there, you know, just working and seeing how other people do it. Like, for example, you can take this room for an example. Like, if I was not an electrician, okay, let's say I had been studying for fucking 6 years and I was a doctor or some shit. Oh no, actually I wouldn't say doctor, because then I would have a lot of money and that wouldn't be fair. But let's pretend I studied music, for example, and I'm just a struggling musician. Like most musicians, obviously, they barely make it, you know, they barely scrape on the bottom, barely earn enough to survive each month, you know. If I was something like that, or something just that's not handy and doesn't earn too much money, I would never be in the position I am now. I would never have, like, because this room right here, everything you see behind me, literally the walls, like, okay, just imagine this room was completely, when I moved in, I tore everything down. The windows gone, the door, obviously I had to remove that. I tore off all the walls, the flooring, took out all the old insulation. Literally I stripped the whole fucking room. There's only the studs left, right? Then I built it from the ground up, isolating, fucking putting drywalls on, putting the flooring, heating in the floor, fucking painting everything, swapping, like I said, the windows, the door, fucking, literally everything in this room is basically done by me. Like even the sound panels, like I talked about a few podcasts ago, like I made them myself. The AC unit behind me, I installed myself. Literally like everything. There's so much handy shit you learn from being an electrician, like in life. Because I especially think like house stuff, knowing how to do these things, like I think just standard carpeting stuff skills is like super helpful, because like I said, or just anything. Because if you know one thing, you kind of know a lot of the other things automatically, because because it's very like basic. If you are a like I said, a carpenter, and then you're gonna do plumbing, you can most likely do it pretty easily, because it's very logical how you're gonna do it since you're a handy person. But if you fucking ask a guy that's been studying music for 5 years to come and fucking change the faucet, right? He's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Like, how can I screw this bolt? How does this work? Like, how can I unmount this? And what is this thing? What is this tool? What is, I feel like it's such a, I feel like everyone should like have on the bottom. Oh, actually, no. Here's the thing. What about having in school you put a new class in school, a mandatory class, just like math, I don't know, fucking history, all these things, right? You put in another class called something like handy class or some fucking shit, where you learn super basics of carpenting. Like, just what does this tool do? Oh, this is a screwdriver. What is this? This is a fucking wire cutter or something, just like a super basic. You learn stuff, and then you do super basic carpenting, super basic plumbing, super basic electrician stuff. You do like the absolute bare basic. And I feel like if you do that and swap it out with a little bit of math, a little bit of history, I feel like people would be so much better off in life, don't you think? And lots more people might actually choose to go that path, and I think like, I feel like it's also smart to maybe even, if you just want to have life skills, I feel like it would be very smart to go like to go the, I don't know how it works in other countries, but like do like, and for example, 1 or 2 years of carpenting school, kind of, you know what I mean? Or you kind of like, you're out in the field working as a carpenter or a plumber, electrician, blah, 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 handy person for like 1 year, just for experience. And then you go back to being a musician, studying for fucking 10 years until you're dead, or, fucking doing whatever, you become a lawyer, those things that are like no handiness, But having that in the bottom, imagine if everybody had a little bit of those handy skills. Imagine how crazy evolved the world would be. This is like one of those things where like you can imagine like fucking if only everybody was a tiny bit more handy, we would be living a fucking totally different fucking dystopian future thing, You know what I mean? I mean, I was just thinking that because me as an electrician myself, I see people that are not handy at all. Like when I come to people to do work, and when it's like fucking like I said, one of the worst people, the people that are absolutely worst when it comes to like being handy are these how do you call it, artists, basically, like people that paint, do art, are very artistic. These people, you might think they are very handy, but I feel like a lot of these people, they are so fucking, it's crazy when you come to them, because they ask like questions and you're like, wait, did you just ask me if it's possible to unmount a shelf or some weird shit? They just ask some dumbass question, which is like, yeah, not every question is dumb, but trust me, some questions are fucking dumb, especially like it's crazy, these people, they have like it's like they've never even seen a screwdriver. There's this podcast I'm listening to, and there's this comedian guy, and he talks about like him trying to like sometimes do house stuff, like I literally heard him do a podcast about buying a fucking screwdriver. No, he bought a drill, a machine drill, and then he started talking about it. I was like, okay, yeah, he's gonna buy a machine drill, I guess. And then he started talking about like, oh, I thought like it wasn't mandatory that it came with the bits, and that it's supposed to have screws in it and blah blah blah. And it's like, I was like, how the fuck can you? There's no screws don't come with the drill. Obviously, you gotta buy screws if you wanna use screws to screw something separately. Those things doesn't come with a drill when you buy it, right? It's like, it's kind of like it seems like fucking asking like, oh, if I buy a keyboard, does like fucking okay, maybe does speakers come with it or some shit? I feel like it's the fucking same as asking something like that. It's just like, bruh, what do you think? And then, I mean, I'm not gonna like, I could mention it was kind of funny because he thought it was gonna be supposed to come screw with it, so he grabbed a kitchen knife, he fucking carved up the whole case of the drill, and then he actually ended up finding one screw in it, and it was like, but I mean, nothing of that makes sense. I mean, it's fucking weird. If you're Norwegian, you can go listen to the podcast what's it called? Bademobayer? I guess, yeah. That's basically the podcast I'm referring to here. They're like, I think they're at least top 10 biggest podcasts in Norway. I think top 5 even. They're close to being like the number 1, I think. But yeah, it's like fucking random shit like that. Like people that are not handy, it's just shocking to me sometimes. But I guess I shouldn't be like too harsh on them, because obviously I am an electrician and blah blah blah, But it's still just kind of crazy to me, like seeing how little handy people can be. And if people became more handy, the world would be better. That's like my final take about this whole fucking dumbass thing. That was a little bit of a rant though, I feel like it's good having those rants from time to time, but yeah. But yeah. We can go from rants. Going from rants, I'm gonna talk a little bit about. It's kind of weird though. I feel like I've talked a lot, almost every episode. I feel like I talk about politics, even though I kind of hate politics. But I think I might like talking about it just because I don't understand anything. I feel like that's why I like talking about politics, because right now we're gonna dive head deep into politics here. Because here's the thing. I mentioned this before, I think, because like in Norway, the politician system is like fucking. It's so. I don't know. I always thought it was good, but like the last year or something, I've been like, fucking hell, dude. I swear to God, I honestly, I'm starting to think that the American politics system might be even better than the Norwegian politics system. But this is just obvious. Obviously, this is not true though. Like, just in case, but just in my head, I'm like, what if? Like, it actually seems like that, because here's the thing. Norway's politics system has been not the system. I mean, just the politician itself. There's been like last year, there was so many high up, like what is it called, ministers that like fucking stepped away from the role because they had been caught doing random fucking shit, like trying to like earn, avoid tax or gain like extra benefits or some shit, or like fucking using inside information to buy stocks and stuff, right? But now recently, like when was it? From Friday, literally when I came home, there was like, oh, live news, blah blah blah. This person is gonna have has been caught. There was like on Friday, there was a random ass student that apparently caught the minister of high education. I think it's called. It's something like that. It's called. I don't even know what it's called in Norwegian. It's basically like the university and studying type of minister for school, higher, what's it called? Yeah, higher studying. you know what I mean, basically. And apparently she had been caught fucking. That figured out that she had she had been like stealing basically master what is it called? See, I'm mixing like English and Norwegian here, so I think it's called a master essay or something. It's basically like a long thing you write about something. It's like a big exam kind of thing, you know. A masteroppgave is what it's called in Norwegian. It's like master exam or something, whatever. She had been written all this thing, and she apparently had been stolen it from a previous one. Then they figured it out, some random student, on Friday, and they posted, and instantly they're like, she's like, oh yeah, I have to step down. And then this shit happens all the time, and then right after this, there's another minister, the Minister of Health, that's like fucking, because this person got caught, some people started looking into all these other people's like big master exams, and they realized this person, the health ministry person, had also apparently fucking cheated or something on the fucking exam. And then but she refuses to go. She's like, fucking, oh yeah, it got fucking approved, so fuck you guys, or some shit. I don't know. I literally don't know, but yeah. But I mean, I honestly think she doesn't really give a shit, because she's been in hot weather when it comes to like, because she's in Norway, or in North Norway, this is a very hot thing going on with like the hospitals. So basically there's an organization called Helse Nord, which means Health North, I think. And they are an organization that like owns or runs all the hospital in the north area of Norway. And it's fucking dog shit, everything that is happening here. Like, I don't really know what the fuck is going on, to be honest. Because, like, everybody's just... Because the hospital fucking... what's it called? The hospital stuff, basically, in North Norway is terrible. You know, there's, like, so little staff. The service is bad, blah, 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 blah. Distances to hospitals are way too far, and all that shit. And it's kind of funny, though, because I'm, like, sitting here, like all these people are like, oh yeah, we like every time I go to the hospital, it's like the worst thing ever, blah blah blah. And then I'm sitting here. We have a brand new hospital. I think we've had it for, how long have we had this hospital? We have had it for over 5 years. Definitely over 5 years. I have been to that hospital once in my entire life. Like, when it comes to hospitals and health stuff, I don't know what it is. It seems like every normal human is at a hospital at least a few times a year, right? For some reason. I have been there once in the over 5 years. In the last 10 years, I think I've been there twice or 3 times in the last 10 years. But that was also from the old hospital. And it's like, it's so weird for me, like, because I don't know if am I super healthy because I've never actually been sick and had to go to the hospital, or is other people really weak? What is it actually? Is it normal to go to the hospital more than once a year? I'm just like, you know, riffing here a bit, because like I have actually no idea. I feel like I'm supposed to go to the hospital more, but I don't know why I'm supposed to go there. You know? Like, am I supposed to check if I have cancer? Like, why is there so many people at the hospital all the time, you know? Obviously, people that are sick and stuff, yeah, I get it. But, like, there's no way everybody in this world, almost everyone, is so sick that they have to be there multiple times a year, is it? Like, I'm just like, huh? I don't know. I mean, it's just a fucking weird thing, you know. But that shit, so I don't really notice anything about how fucking far it goes down to the toilet. There's this one funny thing, though. Here's the thing, though. I've been to the hospital once for the last 5 years, right? And I was there to do a x-ray scan on my foot. There was something with my toe. I don't know what it was, really. But after, like, 2 years... Like, it started going away, but like after 2 years, I think it was almost completely gone. But the thing is, I went to the x-ray. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna like, did the x-ray of my foot or toe or whatever. And then like later it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna like call you or give you a message about if what we find, blah blah blah. And yeah, it's been over 5 years. I haven't heard anything from them. I went there, took an X-ray, went away, never heard anything. That's my only experience going to a hospital. That's the one time I've been to the hospital for over the last 5 years. Do an X-ray, no idea what the fuck the X-ray, what they saw on the X-ray and anything. Didn't hear from them ever since. That's my experience. This is like, this is kind of like, this might explain also why the hospitals here up in the north are apparently notoriously bad. I mean, I don't think they're actually that bad, but like, this is kind of like a funny thing, you know, to like, yeah, I've been there once, you know, but they never figured out, you know. Maybe they figured out, maybe they never called me, maybe they tried to call me and I don't fucking know. But that's just kind of funny, you know. Yeah, I don't know. But it'd be interesting to actually know if I'm super healthy or if I'm just fucking weird for not being at the hospital. Like, I've just never understood why people are there all the time. It's crazy. Like, even, I think that the one time I was there before the one, I honestly think I could mention almost every single time I've been at a hospital and explain why I've been there, because I've been there so few times, you know. I think before that I'd been there because I was like fucked up my foot when I was drunk. That was like, how long was that ago? That was probably like 8 years ago or some shit. And then I was there one time before that, like probably over 12, 13 years ago, where I ate nuts and I got allergic reaction over my whole body. And that's about it I can remember. After, you know, those 3 times is one of the only times I've been to the hospital ever. I think I was there a lot actually when I was very, very young. I think I was often at the hospital, but ever since like I became 13 or older, I think I've almost never been there, ever. You know, it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, when I was a fucking kid, I had so many allergics. I couldn't eat anything. Couldn't fucking, like, not even milk. Like right now, I drink, like I said before, I think I drink the most, I'm probably the top 1% in how much milk I drink in Norway or something now. But when I was a kid, I was allergic to milk. Couldn't even fucking drink that shit, you know. I had to like buy this fucking, my mom always said they have to buy this like milk replacement fucking powder. And they said it tasted like absolute shit. But I still fucking drank it when I was a kid. But now we're talking like when I was almost a baby or some fucking shit. I don't know. But yeah. But like I also said with the whole politics stuff, like I feel like genuinely America is like America, I don't feel like they have that many scandals, like politicians stepping off. But I also think that's because Americans don't give a shit. If you fucking are a politician and you get caught fucking paying for hookers and snorting coke, you know, people will just be like, oh yeah, I guess this guy's weird and fucking we don't like him. But they never step down. In Norway, it's like fucking, you get caught for the smallest thing or you just do something very insignificant. Like fucking Trump, what is he doing? I don't really know what the fuck he's doing, but like, isn't he like he's like apparently, he's apparently being held in court. Not like he's gonna have like a court thing, right? Because he's done some illegal stuff with like the 12th January raid, blah blah blah, you know, like those things. Like if that happened in Norway, that politician would have been done on the spot and never be in the politics again. But in America, it's like, oh, that, you know, that's just a little boost, you know, doing something controversial, you know, like that. In Norway, if you do something like that, you get cancelled instantly, and you basically your politician career is fucking over, you know. If you fucking accidentally, it's fucking, I don't even know if you. I was gonna say if you accidentally say the N word, but that's a bit weird. I mean, but like if you just do the slightest thing wrong in Norway, you can't be a politician anymore. Everybody's like gonna be like, oh, oh, how do you say? Oh, we're gonna force you to what is it called? Resign because we don't want you anymore. Blah blah blah. Like that's what happens in Norway, though. So I think that's also why so many politicians in Norway are like fucking getting cancelled. They're not getting cancelled, but they're stepping away from politicians. They're saying, I resigned because I got caught doing this and this, you know. But like I said, in America, if you get caught, it's just a fucking boost almost. You know, it's just that in America, I feel like it's more like all attention is good attention, you know. That's like with America, but in Norway, it's very the opposite. It's like only good attention might be good attention, you know. Not even good. Some good attention can also be bad attention. I don't fucking know, you know. It's just how it is in Norway, you know. We're we're a very developed country, you know. I generally think that Norway is like one of the best countries, but I'm not gonna fucking start being patriotic about Norway. Maybe on our national day, I will fucking make a podcast special about why Norway is the greatest country in the world. I could fucking talk about Norway for a long time, you know, like a monarchy and stuff. You know, there's so many people that hate monarchies, you know. The Norwegian monarchy, I've said it before to people, I think the Norwegian monarchy is probably one of the best monarchies in the fucking world, you know? And like the Norwegian monarchy is like loved by the people, most people, you know, except for like Britain where it's very like 50-50, you know? But yeah, I also know one country where I think everybody loves the royal monarchy. It's actually Thailand, I think. In Thailand, the king in Thailand is like, I think Thailand has a king, right? Because I swear to God, I think it was Thailand, because there they have a king and stuff, and there they're like praised like no other fucking monarch ever. It's like crazy shit in Thailand, I think, if I remember correct. I think it was in Thailand, but yeah. But I still think Norway has the best monarchy. Trust me. I mean, our monarchy is so wholesome and stuff. But yeah, I'm not gonna fucking ramble on about monarchies. I swear to God, on the national day on 17th May, I think I have to make the podcast episode. Then has to be about me just praising Norway, about all the good stuff, but everybody else's shit. You know, I'm already thinking ahead how I'm gonna do that shit. You know. But yeah. But yeah, what else is going on in this world? You know what? Also, more about podcasts too, you know? There's this one podcast I mentioned before that I listened to. It's called Tape It. No, Tape Notes, right? It's this thing on Spotify. And I swear to God, like I've been listening to this thing for a long time, but most of the time, the host here is British, right? This whole thing is taking most place in Britain, so most artists on this podcast is British artists, like, or British bands, you know, and a lot of them are like very indie bands, a little bit, you know what I mean. I mean, there's a little bit of weird musicians going on there. I swear, like there was like, I think not the last episode, but the episode before that, there was a guy, he's called Matthew Herbert or something, who's like an artist, and apparently when I listened to it, I was like, what the fuck, this guy is like crazy or some shit. Like apparently he had like fucking he wanted to make music, you know. He sounded very like spiritual. He wanted to make music, right? But he wanted to do it with the bones of an animal, so he fucking Googled or fucking went on eBay and figured out that the biggest skeleton possible to buy online is a horse skeleton. And then he's made a whole album of sounds he made from horse skeletons. He took fucking bones and shit from the horse and made flutes out of it, like this type of weird shit. And the songs he made, I mean, some of them doesn't even sound like songs. It just sounds like a bunch of random ass sounds and stuff. But yeah, you know, it's still like, it's like crazy. But basically what I'm trying to say is like most musicians that are on this show, I don't actually listen to their music, but it's just interesting hearing how people make music and stuff, right? There's a few artists there that like I kind of listen to. Like I think Diplo has been there. You know, he's a pretty, you know, something I could listen to. James Blake was there. who are the, like, I don't think there's actually that many other. Fred again has actually been there 2 times. But yeah, those are like almost all the fucking people, and there's like 130 episodes now, right? So it's not that many episodes, but there's people that actually listen to the music, you know. But there are, you know, my most played artist last year by far was 100 gex, right? And people who know 100 gex, you know, it's very different than indie music and British local bands, you know. But yeah, that's like easily what I listen to the most, you know. And I don't know what it is. Like, I've just like last year I've just been obsessed about 100 gex. I don't know what it is. It's just fucking everything they do is just fucking magic, and their character, like Dylan Brady and Laura Les, you know, they're just fucking crazy ass characters in their self, you know. They're fucking nuts, you know. You know, you know, they have fucking eight fucking 10 out of 10 humor. They're fucking, they got everything going for them. Like, their music is fucking dope and shit, right? And that's like, their music is so different from what this Tape Notes podcast usually has on their podcast. And by the way, yeah, on the Tape Notes podcast, they do interviews basically with the artists and talk about everything, right? It's not a podcast about when the host just talks about the music of this artist. They actually have an interview and / conversation with the artist, and they talk about showing off how they made stuff, whatever, right? But yeah, 100 gex is like by far my favorite artists right now. And I and I've always been thinking, like, fucking hell, imagine if like 100 gex came on Tape Notes, you know. That would be insane, right? And on Friday, I think I was just like fucking scrolling through stuff. I was on my Spotify. You know, usually on Fridays I listen to like new music that comes out on Friday a little bit. I just saw the Tape Notes thing on my Spotify. I was like, huh, Tape Notes, yeah. What was the last thing I listened to? And then I clicked it and just like saw. And the first thing that pops up is like, newest episode, 130, 100 gex, you know? And I shit you not, I fucking thought I was gonna fucking, I thought I was tripping when I saw that 100 gex was on the newest episode of Tape Notes. And I was like, holy fucking shit. I don't know how to explain it. It was like the craziest thing. I didn't even... But I think this episode was actually recorded months ago. So I think a lot of people knew this episode was going to get released, but obviously I didn't know anything. And I was like, holy fucking shit, what? I couldn't understand it, that it actually had happened. It's kind of like how can I put it in perspective? It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, basically, kind of imagine your favorite artist, right? Let's say you have a favorite artist, and then you have another artist that's also like you love a lot, but they're completely different, and you're just thinking like, oh, imagine them collabing. That would be like insane. But in your head, you're like, but they're so different. They would never ever collab. They probably don't even know the other person exists, right? And then one day you just see one of their songs, and they've collabed on a song. You know, it's kind of the same feeling here. You know, it's like, I was like, what the fuck is this shit, you know? And then I instantly, like, I'm not actually subscribed to their Patreon, because they actually film this podcast too, but you have to be a Patreon to like see the actual film. Obviously the audio only version is free, but if you want to see the actual video version of when they are on the webcam with each other and blah, blah, you have to like pay Patreon. So I instantly went to the Patreon and got it, and then instantly watched it at fucking 1 a.m, you know, the whole fucking thing. And it's like, oh my God, I swear to God, it's still kind of crazy talking about, like, it's still crazy thinking about like that actually happened, you know. And then I went in there and I saw that on the Patreon, and they started talking about a future artist that's going to come, and it looked promising. It looked like it's going to be more interesting or more my realm type artists also in the future, you know. So that's kind of crazy. So if you've never heard about that podcast, Tape Notes, you should check it out, you know. It's especially if you're interested in music and how music is made. That's like the whole premise of the fucking song, where they take actual songs and, you know, deconstruct it, you know. but yeah, that was fucking nuts though. I swear to God. I just had to like mention it, because I remember on Friday I was wilding, you know. I thought I was fucking Yeah, like I said, it's like imagining your favorite two artists collab. It's like, what the hell? Kind of nuts. I'm still like, oh my god, like I'm still imagining like, now imagining stuff like, I feel like I've even seen like dream collabs too, you know, like 100 Gex, like I said, is one of my favorite artists. I really like Skrillex too. They have actually collabed, you know, so I feel like the world is coming together now, you know, stuff is actually happening. Like now we just need like fucking 100 Gex collabing with like Swedish, not Swedish House Mafia. That would be kind of weird. Maybe Fred again or some weird shit, you know. I don't fucking know. I'm just talking shit, you know. But yeah. Oh, and talking about music production too. There's one thing I've been like very fascinated about recently. It's it's compression. Okay, this is gonna sound so dumb, but here's the thing though. So basically, like I was thinking about compression. Like in audio, like compression is something like exists everywhere, not only in audio. Like audio compression specifically is basically like it's kind of funny because I actually have always kind of known what compression is, but it wasn't until like what on Friday or fucking Thursday, Tuesday or something that I actually learned what compression does. Like I always thought compression, you put the threshold in. This is gonna get a little technical for audio stuff, but like I always thought that when you put the threshold and then you put the ratio on, that everything above the threshold gets lowered and everything underneath it gets increased. That's what I thought compression was, but compression is technically just a soft limiter. You only actually reduce the volume on top of the threshold. The bottom of the threshold stays the same, and I didn't actually know that. So just thinking that, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I feel like I kind of like understand compression way more now, because I've always been confused about how it works, but now that I know it's only the top of the threshold, I'm like, holy shit. Like I don't know how I've not known that though, you know. So technically it's just a limiter, you know. If you do a compression in full ratio, it's basically a limiter almost, you know. But yeah, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, you understand. But it's just like funny. And then I started like really looking into compression, and compression is like one of the things that are like, it's one of the most fascinating things ever. Even though it's so simple, it's like fascinating. I remember I saw a YouTube video. Oh my god, I think it was a YouTube video that I just saw when I was scrolling. It was a 24-hour guide on how to compress. And that's like, to explain it, compression is super simple in the audio world. It's basically, like I said, you set a certain limit. Let's say you set 10 decibel, and then you put the ratio on, then everything above 10 decibel will get lower. You basically squash the whole track to make it more smooth or louder or something, you know? That's the basics of it. But it's so simple, but it's still extremely complicated when you want to like go into the details. So I remember I saw this 24-hour video on compression. I was like, holy shit. Like, how the fuck is that even possible, making a 24-hour video about compression, you know? I haven't watched it, obviously, but like, it's just like interesting. And then I also started thinking about like, you have a like compression, that is basically compression in the audio world. But then I also saw someone on Discord talk about compression, but they were talking about, these are like coders and stuff. And they were talking about like compression being like one of the craziest things in the world. It's like one of the best inventions ever in the world, because it's like, because with file compression, it's like, it's the same thing. It's like, but I honestly don't understand how it works really when it comes to file. Obviously, the audio aspect I know, but file compression, for people who don't know, is basically, you basically have a file that's 10 gigs, right? 10 gigabyte. And then you just take that file, you just squash it and turn it into, let's say, 7 gigabytes or something, right? But it's the exact same content. You just reduce it like that. I don't know how the fuck it works. I think you like use different bit codes to like make less bits, but like let's say you take one bit or one hex bit, like you have this different code thing, and then you take like one hex bit, reduce it to like from the zeros, blah blah blah. I don't know exactly how it works, but I kind of know how it works, I think. And they said it was like, I remember they were talking like, oh, the compression is so fantastic, like holy shit, you know. And then I also started thinking about also in audio, because there's so much talk about it in audio. Like compression can like do so much. You can like compression is like key to when it comes to sound design and stuff. Compression is like the key to making sounds pop out more, or like fine-tune stuff, you know. Compression, you know, there's probably compression in even other stuff than file and audio, you know. You probably have what are compression? You have vacuum is kind of like compression, isn't it? When you suck air out of a bag and then you can store the meat for longer, that's technically compression, isn't it? Kind of. It's vacuuming, but it's vacuuming compression though. Can you vacuum an audio and just remove? I don't fucking know. But you know what I mean though, right? I mean, even on that fucking TV show, Silicon Valley, the whole premise of that show is that they have an idea, they've come up with a new type of compression with files, and that's like absolutely crazy, and you know, making them into millionaires, billionaires. I don't fucking know what the fuck, you know what I mean. Like I feel like compression is just a crazy thing in the world that just like no one thinks about. But in reality, compression is one of the like craziest inventions we have, one of the best ones, even though it's kind of simplistic. You know, I think the basic of it is simplistic because, like I said, it's just taking something big, making it smaller or more compact, basically. That is what compression is. So simple, but yet it can get extremely advanced, you know. It got like everything. Compression is like master thing, you know. It's the same thing with like audio engineers. Those people probably, I can't imagine like how much, like it's so weird also. Like compression is one of those things. It's like you can never become an expert, but like the more you learn about it, it's just like tiny bits, you know. It's not like going from 0 to 100. It's like going from 0 to 1, or you kind of go from 0 to 90, and then you go extremely slowly, because learning the basic is easy, but learning the more advanced takes time, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's just very interesting stuff, you know? But yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh. By the way, can you guys hear my pen? I think I gotta hear through it, because I keep clicking my pen. I'm pretty sure you can hear it. Maybe I should... Wait, I can actually just open up my fucking program and see if you can... Yeah, I think... Yeah, you can... You guys can probably hear it, but yeah. I'm gonna try and stop fucking clicking my pen, but yeah. I've also watched a fucking... I watched a movie yesterday. This movie that everybody has been fucking talking about. It's this movie called Saltburn, you know? Because I heard on the fucking radio and stuff, they've talked about, there's this song on there. I heard so many rumors about, oh, there's this song on there, and it's like reached the fucking, I think it reached like top 10 in the Norwegian music charts, and reached like top 50 something in the global charts and stuff. And it's like a super old song from the 90s or 80s or something, right? It's called Murder on the Dance Floor, right? And it's and I heard so many rumors about this movie. Oh, there's a dance scene at the end, or like talking about the dance scene and blah blah blah. Like there was so much shit. I think it's also the #1 movie on fucking IMDb now in like the popular things. I was like, okay, you know what? I have to fucking see this thing, you know. And it's even streaming, you know. I love that. You know, I know that hardcore movie fans, they're like, you're gonna watch a movie, it's cinema. You know, they're very against the whole streaming thing. But I mean, I personally, I never go to the cinema really. I'm all for like starting to fucking release videos on streaming like instantly, like not on cinema and then a few months later on streaming. I'm talking about instantly releasing it on streaming so everybody can get their reaction and talk about the movie. I actually think it's a good thing, because more people are obviously going to watch it if it's on streaming than if you have to go to the cinema. And then if more people are going to watch it, more people are gonna talk about it. The more people talk about it, the more people are gonna watch it again. I feel like it's like a good thing in there. But then again, you have the money aspect. You probably don't earn as much money from doing it this way. Obviously, cinema is more of a there's more money in cinema, with like the box office and stuff. But still, and yeah, I watched the Saltburn movie, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. That actor in there, though, I swear to God. And by the way, there might be a tiny bit of spoilers. I'm not going to spoil everything here. I'm just going. It might be a slight hints of spoilers here, but I always like the main character there. What is he called? Barry. Like I'm talking about the actual actor though, Barry something. The guy that has the main role as Oliver Quick. I've seen him in a lot of different things recently. I remember I saw him in Eternals. There was kind of like a weird guy. Like he was almost like a good guy that kind of was a little evil, right? Then I saw him in what the fuck is that? There's a British gangster TV show. Oh my god, what is it called? With like fucking Top Boy. He was like an Irish mob gangster in there, an evil guy. He's been in Batman. He was the Joker, evil guy. He's always this creepy, and this is other movie like the something with deer, eating deer, blah blah blah. So I don't know what the fuck it's called. I haven't watched that one, but apparently like he's like super creepy in that one. And like everything I've seen in him is very creepy, a little bit. So I started watching this movie and I was like, hey, he probably got some weird ass role here too. And then I was actually surprised because like when the movie starts, it's like, this is just a fucking ordinary boy. He's like playing a nerdy character. I was like, damn. Like I've never even seen him like in any of these roles kind of before, But oh boy, was I wrong in the beginning though. Because like it's obviously, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm just saying like it has a few twists and stuff, in it. It's not a hard twist. Like, dude, there was some times in the movie where I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is he changing characters so much? Like he seems like a different person. Like all of a sudden, like, but then you start learning like, I see a pattern here, and then it's like, yeah, it just goes unhinged. And then in the end, obviously, there was a dance scene that everybody has been talking about where there's like some dancing stuff going on, and yeah. I mean, that movie was actually pretty good, I think. I think what I liked most about that movie is the vibe of the movie, kind of. I don't know how to explain it, but like the whole going to this huge house on like a vacation type feel and this like kind of weird people there, like I feel like the whole movie was very vibey, and I thought it was also pretty good, obviously, but yeah, it was a pretty decent movie, interesting. But those are one of those movies that I just had to watch because it's just so many people talk about it, and it's like, listen, I can't be the one to have not watched the movie, so I gotta like fucking boom in there, It's a little bit the same thing about The Bear. It's just a TV show. I think I mentioned it a little bit before, but I also started watching The Bear, which is like a TV show with like, what's his name? Barry Allen White. It's like the guy. What is that his name? Started seeing him fucking everywhere now after he won an Emmy now from The Bear, I think, a few weeks ago or something. I started watching The Bear too, fucking hell, The Bear. Whew, that's a stressful show to watch because it's basically about the restaurant industry, and I know that the restaurant industry can be very stressful in the kitchen, it's very like, oh yeah, get this ready, we got 52 beef strokes, we got blah blah blah, fuck it, you know what I mean. And then it's like all that shit, and it's like, but this TV show is so good at capturing that stress. I remember the first episode of this show starts with them like in service, they're currently cooking, having a service, and it's like stressful as fuck. I remember I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, slow down a bit, it's like so stressful, but then obviously when it's done, it's like calms down, and it's like all the stuff, whatever. That show is looking pretty good now. I almost finished the first season, but yeah, then it's season 2, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, also a very good show. Oh fuck me, my fucking shoulder is like kind of fucked from working out. I had a pretty bad. I've been sloppy working out a few weeks ago, so this week I've kind of been going a little harder on the workout. My left shoulder is kind of like, oh fuck. It's even hard to throw darts. You know, I'm still throwing darts. You know, I've been throwing darts every day since last week, since I got the dartboard. It's kind of funny with the whole darts thing, because like I started first day I had a darts board. I was able to actually score 140, like hitting the treble 20 two times and then the 20. I was able to do that on the first day. And I've been playing darts or doing practicing darts every day since then. I haven't gotten close to hitting the same as I did that first day, you know? So I don't know, but I still feel like I'm getting actually better. I figured out how I like to hold the dart, and I hold it very differently from everyone else. Everyone else holds it like with just like 2 or 3 fingers, maybe 4, but they like hold it like with the thumb and pinky, and then like almost grab the fucking whole dart very strangely. I hold it like very weird with like all 4 fingers and shit, you know? It's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it works very well though. I try to hold it like how everyone else is doing it, but it just feels a little weird, you know? Doesn't feel as precise, but yeah, we're gonna see. Maybe I'm gonna fucking become some fucking crazy ass dart player. But now that I've had darts for 1 week, now I'm starting to realize that it's actually not that simple throwing darts. You know, it's so weird because it's like I'm actually starting to feel a bit comfortable in throwing it. In the beginning, it felt so weird every time I threw it. You know, I couldn't do it consistently. But now I feel like I'm getting in the groove a bit. I feel it's very natural throwing the dart now. It didn't feel very natural in the beginning. But I'm still fucking terrible at it, you know? It's like, fuck this. I mean, it's harder than it looks, guys. Trust me. If you watch dart matches, they fucking hit that fucking treble 20 all the time. It's not as easy in reality, trust me. I think I hit the treble 20 one time every 20th throw, you know? While these other people hits it like fucking 1 out of 3 times, I think, on average. You know, I hit it 1 in 20. Maybe even more than that, you know? But yeah. I'll get better though, trust me. Oh, and my hair is fucking dog shit too. I think I gotta fucking style my hair differently. It's getting a bit too long now. I think I gotta start throwing it back like I used to do. But yeah, we're gonna have to see. But yeah. But I think I'm done for today. So I think I will see you guys maybe next week, you know? I think I will still be alive then. We'll see. I think I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Whatever. It's done. I'm going now. Bye bye, everyone.